All right, here we go.
I'm putting it on here to let everybody know that meeting ID and all that. We'll be ready in a minute, guys. Yes. Okay.
Okay. My person is just ready. And is he on the right one? Standing right.
I just sent him the meeting ID and passcode.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Got it.
All righty. Well, welcome, relatives, while we are getting ready. And letting people in, we welcome you. All right, you both have co-host abilities there.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty.
In the audience, if you have any smudge, you can go ahead and feel free to light that up.
Sabrina's gonna have to have my back on that one. I actually left without mine. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. That's why we all run.
I may be able to burn some sage, but I can't promise the smoke will last very long.
For the Chanda and Standing Bear, I'm not sure who's going to be able to see those if there's any interaction in Facebook.
I'll be checking it out for us.
Okay.
I'll be kind of trying to keep an eye. Now on your page, I'll be going back and forth. But anybody that's in the house, just put them in the comments. Raise your hand. We'll have a Q&R afterwards.
John, you love the hat. You.
Hey. I saw the brother that did the documentary at the gathering had a really cool hat like this. And I walked into a gas station of all places, and they had like this hat, and I had to get it for him. Man, I was like, "This is it." He was awesome. Anyway,
I remember him. Yeah, I remember him.
I loved his hat. I loved his hat. And when I saw this one, and you probably can't see it, but it has like a tie. It's really cute, super cute. You can't tell. You can't tell right now though, because anyway, it's a cute hat. Thank you.
Awesome.
Let's see.
All right, well, welcome everybody to Live at 5, and we're going to go ahead and hand it over to Standing Bear.
Let us just close our eyes.
Sorry about that.
Let us go ahead. And again, if you have any smudge there, let us light that smudge up.
Thank you, Brother Standing Bear, and it makes my heart happy to be able to offer this sacred smudge to those relatives who are here in the circle today, and those who may be watching, and for those in the unseen world. I'd like to invite those who have the opportunity to do smudge to do so, and for those who don't, we do this for you. So no matter where you sit on the medicine wheel, we're all related, and this circle is for that reason. So with this smoke, let us remind ourselves of this way of life, the good way of life. Let us connect as one and interconnect with spirit, our ancestors, and those in the unseen world. And let us truly remember who we are. And I offer tobacco, as I see my brother this morning do it, in regards to opening that door, that spiritual doorway, to allow our ancestors to come through in a good way. And I thank you, Brother Standing there for that teaching this morning. And we thank you for those who come here in a good way. So I'll pass that back to you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna again welcome everyone. This is a really beautiful time and a really beautiful place. And thank you for joining us and taking a little bit of time out of your life. Let us start this circle with a prayer. And we offer a little bit of tobacco. Amen. Kīh Golán Deyol, Manitou, Chi Megwitch. Thank you. Thank you for our breath. Thank you for our circle. Thank you for our sunrise. Thank you for our life. We come here today. We mean no harm in what we do. We come here. We are grateful for our last breath, and we are hopeful for our next. And we live in that beautiful place in between. We come here and offer our words and our prayers and our lives to the next 7 generations. We come here and we offer ourselves to the grandfathers and the grandmothers. We come in here and we listen to the words and the prayers of the ancestors. We come here to do a little better than we did yesterday. We come here to be better humans. We come here to connect to each other. Come here, both seen and unseen. We come here to be a good relative, to be in that beautiful place. We come here and we celebrate all nations, tribes, and circles as if they were our own, because they are. To the standing nations, the ones that offer the world breath, we say thank you. To the swimming nations, the fish people and the swimming nations, the ones who teach us how to live in harmony and balance with the water, we say thank you. To the winged nations and the ones that fly, the ones who teach us how to live in harmony and balance with the wind and air, we say thank you. To the creepy crawlies and the slitherers, the ones who teach us how to stay close and grounded to Mother Earth, we say thank you. To all 4-legged nations, circles, and tribes, the ones who teach us, remind us about our beautiful heart space and how to hold that beautiful fire, we say thank you. And of course, to all other 2-legged nations, circles, and tribes, we understand that you are teachers as well, and it makes our ears and our hearts very happy. We come here to make good relations with the unseen world. The unseen: humility, truth, honesty, respect, courage, wisdom, love. So let us sit with these today. Let us look around the room and send love to each other. Let us look around the room and be gentle with each other. For but today is a good day. Oh, hi.
Oh. Mm.
All right. Let's everybody come back to the room. And again, welcome everyone.
I don't have it on you.
Welcome everyone. The live book tour. Today we're going over Daily Dose of the Red Road with our beautiful sister Sarina. She is right here. She's excited. we are excited. Again, this is a beautiful opportunity. We talk about life, right? We talk about all these beautiful things, and there's a couple of us that stepped out in a really new and beautiful direction. Sarina is a beautiful new author, and so that's her journey now to share the wisdom. And you know what books do? They are a link between all of us. Right? This is a beautiful and powerful link. So she has this new book out, and there's some of us that know her and some of us that don't know her, but we're going to let her tell us a little bit about herself. And so this is so again, welcome, Sarina. Very honored to sit here with you and everybody else here in the circle. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your story, and a little bit about your backstory.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Wayne, for opening us up in a good way. And thank you for the drumming and the prayer. And thank you to those relatives who are sitting in the Zoom room with us or who may be watching live. Sarina Kįh Golán Deyol Shinane Ashley. And I said, my name is Sarina Windy City, and I'm Apache. My people come from the Chiricahua, Apache, and Taino nations. I'm a citizen from the San Carlos Reservation. And just a little bit about me is that I started my healing journey about 6 years ago on the Red Road, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I'm grateful and humbled to be a part of this Indigenous Writers Circle, as my brother Anthony had gifted us with that name. And so I hold that close to my heart. And so born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, where I'm coming to you live from. Again, the Chiricahua, Apache, Taino nations, but also adopted Oglala Lakota. I was adopted at Standing Rock in 2016 with a junca ceremony, and that was at the Ochete Shakoan camp with the other brothers and sisters there who we were fighting the protest pipeline. And that's when I was gifted my name, Windy City. And I thought that name derived from, because I was born and raised in Chicago, because I was coming, but actually later as the elder who gave me the name stated that it was simply because I was always moving and like the wind, because I was a medic at the Standing Rock, and I was always on the front line moving to help people. But again, and it wasn't until years later that I inquired about why I was gifted that name. And to go back a little bit in my story of who I am somebody who is walking the red road. I am somebody who um, honors that way of life, being someone who was in active addiction for 38 years. I grew up in domestic violence, seeing it and being a part of it. I also saw alcohol and substance use, seeing it and being a part of it. And that was the way of life for me. That was normalcy for me. And almost 11 years ago, I lost my daughter to suicide, who was 24 years old. Now, when I went to Standing Rock, she had passed 2 years prior to that. And I was going because I wanted to help my family, my relatives. I felt the need to be there in North Dakota, Cannonball. And so I hitchhiked my way out there, and it was in November. It was cold here in Chicago, but as I moved to North Dakota, it got even colder. But I was grateful to have a beautiful woman and a brother pick me up in their RV and when I was in Minnesota and traveled the rest of the way to the camp. And mind you, I was still using it, but I went into this mode of not doing anything or drinking. I really wanted just to be there. I wanted to have all my wits when I got to Standing Rock. And it was. And when I stepped off that RV, the Wild Oglala camp that was there, and Ochete Shakoan just welcomed me and told me, "You come with me." I had no way to, I had no stay. I had nothing. Nothing was planned. I just went. I just went. And they, as soon as I came off the RV, they came, they got me, they grabbed me and said, "You stay with us in the longhouse." And that was the start of something miraculous. And I use that for lack of better terms because I was looking for family. I was looking for unity. I was looking for acceptance. And, you know, in my youth, in my younger years, I joined the gang because I was looking for the same thing. I became a part of that lifestyle of running and gunning in Chicago streets. And for a long time, I didn't know who I was or who my people was as I'm reconnecting to my relatives, the Apache people and relatives across Turtle Island, Indian country, across the globe. Because I believe as I meet people and cross paths with people, I take a little bit of them, their teachings, but it's not reciprocated. I mean, it is reciprocated because it's a give for me. In my years of using for 38 years, it was about me, me, me. And today, that's not the way I live. I don't live in that light. I don't live in that style because I try to honor one, my foundation, my premise, my creator, to honor my relatives, my ancestors, myself, so that I can continue on this healing journey, to do it in a good way, the way that I'm doing. And so um, that was when I embarked on this new road for me. It was 2 years prior, 2 years later after at Standing Rock that I started to do this way. I started to be in this way. I started to live this way of life because when I came back from camp, I still continued my behaviors of using and drinking. And I had a very bad car accident October 25th, 2019. One I should not have survived. However, for the 2 years prior to my car accident, I drove around with my daughter's ashes in the front seat. Didn't let anybody sit there. I always had to sit in the back. That was her seat. She was always with me. And the day of my car accident, um, as traumatic and life-changing as it was, and I literally had to be pulled out by the jaws of life and the ambulance. I remember it was a cold, rainy night. And when I looked at my watch, which was broken, it said 4:11 a.m. And I don't know how long I was in that place in that state. I was in a forest area. My cart spun like a top, rolled and hit this tree, and it just completely wrapped around this huge tree trunk, made the shape of a C, and I had a Dodge Durango. And once they pulled me out, I crawled, as rainy as it was, as wet as it was, and I just crawled out. And I just prayed and begged for Creator to please give me another chance. Please let me get it right. Please take away my sickness. And I'll tell you, I felt something. I felt something. And people kept saying, "What is this white stuff all over you?" Mind you, again, in my addiction this night, I had 3 bottles of Jameson and I was doing some bad stuff. I worked at a bar. And you'll find all that stuff out about me as we go through. But it changed my life for the better that night. That accident really woke me up. However, it changed my life forever. And I've never been back to that life before. I never went back to that lifestyle. So who am I? I am a woman that walks the red road. I am a woman that is in consideration of other people's feelings and emotions. I follow the sacred teachings because since I've been on this journey, I've met many elders and relatives, but my practices, my teachings come from the Lakota ways. So I practice those 12 sacred virtues. And they're different from the 7 grandfather teachings, which I also was blessed to become a part of this grandmother circle and learn the Anishinaabe Moan ways. and learning about those 7 sacred grandfather teachings, which are the same, but different yet. And those humility, the trust, the honor, those teachings that we learn about in each one, the directive of them, the respect, the truth, the wisdom, I apply to my life on a daily basis. I do this because that's how I walk in balance and in harmony and next to Creator and Unchi Maka, Mother Earth. And I be as honest as I can with myself in considering challenges and obstacles that we may go through. Facing those things head on for me, as opposed to what I used to do in my past of running to the bottle and running to the drugs, has changed. My narrative has changed. My thinking has changed. Walking this way of life has given me hope, direction, excitement. And now every day is not a good day. Those days that are not good and I'm not myself, I'll reach out to a healthy force, which I call my people that I call on, my elders, my teachings. I remember that. And so with that in mind, being as honest as I can, one to myself and to my teachers, and there's 3 of my co-hosts in here who I really admire and respect and learned so much from. And humility, number 1, doesn't matter how good your life is going or the blessings that you have in it. Humility is number 1. It's key. It's understanding that we, as quickly as it was given to you, it can be taken away. And understanding that for me in my life, because I didn't have that conscious thought, I didn't have that conscious cognitive thinking in my head. It was about me, and only me. And it's not like that for me today. So while the red road is as wide as I want it, as long as I need it to be, I stay the path, no matter how crooked sometimes. So I hope that answered your question. Brother Wayne, you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you for that. Us co-hosts still need a lot of help. So anyway, yeah, beautiful. So we're here talking about your new book, Daily Dose of the Red Road. So tell us a little bit about that space, that time, that place, that space, that like, where did you hear the calling? What did like take us as the listener, take us through that process, like literally page by page, and be like, because it's kind of rare. We wake up and be like, yeah, I want to be an author one day. It's kind of like it happens. So kind of go beyond the deeper aspects of, hey, look, really stepping out. When we step out, that's a big deal. Right? Coming from heavy trauma, just like you, heavy trauma, really stepping out. Take us through that thought pattern, those prayer patterns.
Thank you for that question. Good question too. Honestly, I'll have to tell you this. I didn't know that all my trials and tribulations that I've been going through, all the bad and the trauma that I have experienced, the intergenerational trauma, all of those things were going to be a part of my life today, and putting it into a book, into a perspective of my own healing journey. And while the daily dose of the red road are meditations that I use and utilize that have come from sticky notes on the wall and from loose leaf paper crumpled up in a corner somewhere, they come from my teachings. Nonetheless, they are a part of who I am. And I just felt the need, along with the courage to do this and the support of my publicists and you all, Wayne and Anthony, just you can do this, you got this, needing that extra bit of boost and courage. It was beautiful to do that, to put pen to paper or keyboard to letter, and utilize today's platform. What we can do today to reach the mass of people, to reach those relatives across the country, across the states, who's not within my local area. And it has a lot of meaning for me to do this, because I was inspired, because as soon as I started, I couldn't stop. And it was birthed on the night of the red eclipse. And it was beautiful to do that. It was beautiful to birth it when the red eclipse came, and I went down and I drank my moon water, and I thank the Creator for uh, the completion of it, and the words to put in it, my feelings, my thoughts, to put into that book. And while there's not a lot of context, the words to me are powerful because they mean exactly what they state. To unlearn the things that I've learned in my and I say previous life because I am a new person. I had to go through the process of, and this is also a part of my book and my journey of grief and loss and pain and hurt. But I took that, and instead of continuing to live in my sobriety and continuing to live in my addiction, I live in my sobriety today. I live in what's good and what helps me, being truthful, and taking care of myself in a good way. And my day begins with praising the Creator, with watching that sun come up from the east of new beginnings, like you state. And we all know these teachings, and they're maybe universal. Uh, they still apply and how we apply it to our life. And then watching the sunset and having my gratitude prayers and thanking Creator for the day of everything that I've experienced in that 12-hour period or however long, until from the sun up to the sun down, and just sitting in gratitude and being grateful um, for all of those things, blessings and challenges, and finding the lessons in it. And I teach my students that it's so important that while we sat in our addiction and we thought about this, why me? Why is this happening? Why can't it be better? All of this stuff today, why not you? You're a part of the collective of healers that are coming to help. And why not you? In order for us to be healers or helpers or people on the Red Road journey, for myself, I'm a grandmother in training. They call me a git. I'm an elder in training. I'm learning, I'm open-minded, I'm teachable. Well, had I not experienced any of those things in my life, I wouldn't be here to help anybody along the way. It's that, again, that reciprocation that I was talking about, giving and giving. For me, that's what's priceless. That's my monetary gain. And while you can't see it, it is there. It's in me. And I only want to be of service. I only want to give back. That's all I want. I want to share my teachings, learn those teachings. And if anybody can get anything out of this, then, out of someone's trauma or experiences, and see the narrative change, and to change that way of thinking, that way of life. And that's my purpose. That's my mission. Thank you, Creator, for that gift to do that. Thank you for the platform to do it in. Thank you for the relatives who are listening. And that's where I feel my purpose and my mission is to bring awareness to domestic violence, suicide prevention, alcohol and substance, missing, murdered Indigenous relatives, because we are all related. We are all connected. And we all can change our way of life, our way of thinking, if we go back to the teachings and humble ourselves. And speaking on a personal level, that is what I do. I lead by example. I walk my talk, but I do it in a way that there's no ego involved. That there's no monetary or material gain for me, because that's not what this is about for me. I've taken so much from so many, and now I just want to give back.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. I have to kind of cover the next question, but we're still going to cover it a little bit. So let's get really specific here. What in as few words as possible?
Okay.
I know I can't do that either. So I'm asking you to do something I can't do myself.
It's just,
So
the spirit gets you, and I don't know. Somebody else is taking over.
Okay, my next hour. So talking to helping young women make that transition. How does this book help? Taught specifically to the young women that they're in this stuck place. How could this book help?
So, great question. Thank you, brother. So coming in a personal level and sharing what it is that what I've experienced in my life, and also showing that one can be resilient enough to move into a place of healing and moving forward in their life, and then being able to give back at the same time, which also helps with my healing. And while the walking the red road, or being on the red road, is deeply rooted in indigenous teachings, and represents a spiritual path for me of balance and wellness, alignment, and my true purpose here. It's a journey nonetheless, and one that anyone can partake in. It's a way of living a good life. And by good, I don't mean with having riches and all of this. It's about being rich in your own life. It's about what you can give, and also receive in a good way. Letting the women and men who are in my class, my students, who I'm so proud of, just accepting, embracing, and teaching me how to do things, certain ways, how to be a little bit more modern and tech savvy. I'm still learning. How to, So it, again, with that word, that reciprocation is where, it is really important to me. And there is people out there that truly mean well. We have a trust issue. We have a issue of skepticism. We've been hurt for a long time. I'm over in my 50s, and still learning how to navigate all of that stuff. But I do it with a good heart. And I no longer stay to myself and I'm quiet. What I do is in a respectful manner say, let's talk about this. Let change the direction or the trajectory of the conversation when someone gets angry with me. Not everybody likes me, and that's okay. I forgive them. It's okay. You don't have to, but I come here with a good heart in a good space, and I just want to again show that there is a possibility to heal from those things. It's up to you whether you're ready.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's move on to some of the other authors here. Anthony, do you have any comments? Do you have any questions for our young lady here?
Young, she just said she was in her 50s.
I am. I am.
She's in training.
That's
Standing Bear.
Yeah.
Tell me your name. What was it? The wind.
Windy City. It's Kįh Golán Deyol in Apache.
Kįh Golán Deyol.
And then in Lakota, which is the name they gave me, was Tate Otunwache. And that also means Windy City, from the city. Yeah.
So as we went on the air, and you announced that, you shared that, the wind and the chimes started going outside. There's a song that I sing called Okanateo, Okanateo. I can feel the wind blow. Can you feel the wind blow? I can feel the wind blow. Can you? And every time I sing that song, the wind starts. Wow. So you said that, and the first thing I thought was Okanateo inside. And then while you were talking, or maybe it was when you were talking, I open your book to a random page.
Okay. Well, thank you for my.
And I love the magic of spirit, the magic of trusting, the magic of listening, not listening, but listening. And here's what opened up day 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 is a number of the master builder, the four-legged spirit wolf, right? Protector, loyalty. So creator is spirit, and spirit is all around. Listen to the whispers of the wind. In it, your answers will be found. Well, there's a song I also was given called O Oyato. O Oyato. And it asks you simply to listen to the wind as it whispers through the trees, as it whispers to your heart, as it gives you what it gives you. And I just, It's magical. See, there it is. I can't make this up because Sarina wrote it.
Thank you.
But
And if I may, I know, and this is another part of that. Thank you, Brother Anthony. I appreciate that, Walking Crow. And again, those meditations, though little but mighty, like myself, are just that. And I know that when there's those times that I am in confusion, or those times where I feel I'm not being productive enough, or that I'm in contemplation. I go to sit on Mother Earth. I live on the river here, and I sit by the water, very much alive, our relatives, plant relatives, water, everything, Mother Earth. And I listen, because I need to listen with this instead of this. You're absolutely right. And living in mainstream society, living in the city of Chicago, there's tons of noise. Sometimes I just need to drown it out by going to the river and listening. And it's usually where I do find my answers. Now that I walk this way, that I walk on the good red road, that I'm, applying those teachings and continuing to learn. But it is with those 7 sacred teachings that I think about. I practice on a daily basis. I stay in the 4 quadrants of the medicine wheel. As you'll notice, a lot of those things, these are my tools to help me along the way. I have a Woman of Wellbriety t-shirt, because Wellbriety is a lifestyle. It is a way of life. It is wellness and sobriety together. And learning those and understanding, and I teach about those in my classes. I have a talking session tomorrow with a women's retreat in downtown Chicago, which is an amazing opportunity. But again, keeping that humility. And so it's beautiful to take that, to put it on paper, and then have that discussion of where it came from. But it is something that I do on a daily basis. I do sit, I do listen, and I listen with my heart and not my ears, because then and only then can I really hear the voice of the Creator and my ancestors. So I hope I answered your question, brother. Thank you.
Chanda, we haven't heard a whole lot from you. Are there any questions, comments you have for our beautiful sister here?
Can y'all see the wind?
Oh yeah, it's blowing over there.
I mean, but like suddenly, it wasn't like that a minute ago. But like you said, there's so many ways to listen.
And there is, and for me, like I said, there's many tools. Okay, and if I may express a little bit here about the sobriety journey for me and what that entails, what that is. There's many pathways to recovery, sobriety, to healing. I do not say or negatively talk about any one of them. If they help you along the way. As long as you're moving into a course of healing, you're moving into that direction of wellness, right? And I always talk about, and I tell my students this, and I'll refer to my students because I'm very proud of where I'm at and how many times I've taught this class or do these teachings, and I get so much back from them. That's what this is about, that interconnection, whether it's in person or virtual, whatever the setting may be, but being my authentic self, being my true self, telling my true stories with discretion, because I don't want to go too much into detail and cause triggering. But also letting people know that you can come from, you're resilient no matter what part of the medicine wheel you sit on. As we have our nations on there, the red nation, yellow nation, black nation, white nation, we're all one. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience here. And for me, I try to be mindful of those things. Now, I'm not saying every day is perfect for me, because that is by no means the truth. However, when I do get into that stinking thinking or thought of using or drinking or lashing out to somebody, or my old character defects, my flaws happen to flare up, because that's what I call them, flare ups, and I check myself. And my kids always tell me, check yourself before you wreck yourself, Mom. And they're right, because I'll cause some damage, But I know the person that I was and the things that I did in my past when I was drinking and using, and I don't like that person. and I'll do everything in my power to prevent that person from coming up. And so understanding and still continuing to learn and teach myself and work through unresolved grief, which I still carry for my daughter. You know, she left too young, too soon by her own hands. But I accept and I understand and I'm embracing it, which is why I do suicide prevention awareness classes. I teach about talking saves lives. I talk to people about my story to share with them, to let them know that there's someone out there who also can relate. And there are places for us to continue to heal, to get the healing to go. And if I don't know, we'll find out together. And that's what I truly believe in those teachings. You know, while there may be universal, some teachings are different. Some may not be for everyone. However, they're teachings nonetheless, and you take what you can get from it. You know, in a good way, in a good way. And I try to be mindful of that all the time. Actually, I'll retract that statement. I am mindful all the time. Because what comes out of my mouth may be something that I may never be able to come back from. May not be, it may be something that can harm relationships, including myself. I try to think in a perspective of keeping my vibration full of love. We learn about the love-based, fear-based system in the teachings of the Well Variety. And I live in love-based systems because for 38 years I lived in fear. Fear of what others thought about me, fear of my use, fear of, you know, and all of those were just a part of my addiction. I didn't fear my lights getting shut up. I didn't fear my kids getting taken away because that wasn't the first thing that I thought about. It was my addiction. And so I'm so glad that I found the red road. I'm so glad that I'm walking the red road with so many other relatives. I know a lot of people across Indian country and the globe that are on this journey of healing, no matter the challenges. And I continue to learn by going to brothers and sisters, live feeds and teachings to continue to feed my spirit and to grow. So, yes.
You know, you are one step ahead of me every time. So that I'm pulling up your book here, right? So, well, this is a good question next, and then you answer it. And I'm like, so you know, you've done that 3 times so far. So
All those training videos that we're mindful
I'm
of not going live on.
Yeah, you're backing me into a corner.
See, I said that on your video. I said I love when I get people quiet.
I don't know where to go now. So, oh, you know, this is such you have such a beautiful story. You know, going from a hard place, and you know, your story is very much like my story. It's going from a hard place to a safe place, right? And you know, that's one of the things that the Red Road has really offered me is the opportunity to choose me, to choose myself, to choose this place of love and to choose this place of gratitude. And you know, again, you know, we don't want to talk too much about it, but you know, there's another world out there that doesn't align with being a safe place.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I agree. If I may just touch on that a little bit too, because you know, for me, you know, when I do this work and I do come from a good place, from a good heart, because of all of the things that I've experienced, and you know, my message to people who may be just stepping into this healing journey for themselves, and again, not focusing on all that negative stuff that that happened to us, that we did to others, because there's you know, honestly, with the running away and the sexual assault, sexual abuse, domestic violence that I experienced in my life, well, at the time it hurt. I was in pain. I was bitter. I was angry. Today, I don't live in that. I don't give that, and I don't allow that to be a part of my life. And I try to find the lesson in those things. Again, hence brings me to where I'm at today. Had I not experienced any of that stuff, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I wouldn't be able to relate to my clients. I'm a behavioral health counselor and peer recovery support specialist by career. You know, new author, you know, where I'm able to share this information to, but my career is as a counselor to help, and I'm a full-time student getting my BSSW for social work. And going back to school in my age, you know, being around all the young bloods and just being accepted in that circle doesn't matter, you know, that whole completely different academic circle. And I'm learning so much in that. And what's the funny thing is that as I go through my journey with school, I'm working on writing process, the 5 paragraphs, the right way to write. And then this opportunity to write this book came. And so I already, oh, I got the format. Oh, I know how to do, oh, I can do that. And the words to use, you know. But again, it's that having that lived experience, which really helped to make this book possible. And so I'm grateful for all of it.
Did, so you speak a little bit about your language. You carry name. How important is really engaging that language into your everyday life, and then trying to transition that back to where we are now?
Such a great question. Such a great question, Wayne. So for me, okay, and I learned as I started to journey through the Red Road and being adopted into the Aglala Lakota, I learned the teachings of the Lakota ways. I also started to learn the language from the journey when I started, and I'm pretty fluent in speaking the Lakota language. I got a lot of lekshis, I got a lot of tuhuis out there, you know, aunts and uncles that I speak with on a daily basis to say, hey, how do you say this? You know, just to make sure I'm saying it right. But in the last 2 years, I connected with an elder, a teacher who is teaching the San Carlos Apache language, and I've been going. And I was in and out because the language is so difficult. I'll tell you, with the bar L, and but I challenge myself every time I go there Tuesdays and Thursdays to learn this. So that's how I learned how to say my name. And I wanted to come to the platform today to say she la Sarina, you know, Kįh Golán Deyol, that means that my name is Sarina Windy City. And then shi nane means that I am Apache. So learning that in my own language, I feel much more connected to my Apache roots. But speaking in the Lakota language has given me that connection, that drive. And a lot of people, you know, want to learn their language, want to speak it for whatever reason. But for me, it is that connection to my ancestors. I believe that they hear that tongue sooner than they hear this language that we speak. You know, that's why indigenous people talk with their hands. It's just that's you know, universal language. Yeah, he goes like this. But you know, and it is, but language revitalization, no matter who you are, whether you are Irish, whether you are Asian, whether you're indigenous, to speak your language is very powerful. And language revitalization is the new thing that's coming, the new era, and there's a lot of free classes out there to learn it.
What would you say to the non-indigenous people out there that really, especially the female population out there that has very similar backgrounds that aren't indigenous, that really want to adopt these teachings and this way, but there tends to be a little color barrier there, right? You know, kind of language. And, you know, what would you say?
I would say, you know, follow your heart. If you truly have a teacher who is teaching these ways, and I use the term broadly because this is for what I was taught. We cannot keep what we have if we do not give it away. You are part of the wheel. You are part of this family. You are interconnected. You are one of us. Spirit. There is no physical vehicle for that. We are all connected in that manner. We are all looking for the same direction, for healing, for family, for all of these things. So don't let people and naysayers tell you that you can't learn these things, because you'll find another teacher and maybe that person wasn't meant for you at all. So I say that to all the time. You find an elder that will teach you these ways and will love you for your spirit, not for the color of your skin.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And let's kind of put it out there to our studio audience. We're going to have a Q&A here in a little bit. And So if you have any kind of questions there, that would be the time and space. Chanda, do you have anything?
I was going to let me pull it back up real quick.
I could see you
Okay.
thinking over there.
Yeah, I can see the wood burning.
She's
I can
up
see
to
the wood
something over
burning.
here.
Hold on a
Shows the thought
second. It
is
went
in
back
your head.
to y'all. Hold on.
No, okay,
Okay, let me try that again. There we go.
okay.
Can you all see that? No.
Yeah.
Oh, it keeps flying. I don't know what
Okay.
this is doing. Let's try something
Day
else.
4
Okay, we'll
here.
read this one. I guess we're not.
Okay. Day 16.
Okay.
Okay.
So day 16 out of your book, fear alone ensures that we remain ignorant.
Mm.
Seek the truth, for it shall set you free. What? You go, girl. I'm just saying, she did it, y'all. She did it. You got to check your book out. Daily Dose of the Red Road. And Standing Bear just released his, The Sound of a Falling Feather. Anthony has a book over here. And if you have any questions for him, he actually has a website and some things, and we'll put all of that on a page. But congratulations, guys. I'm so proud.
Thank you. And if I may talk a little bit about that, because I want to also just let everybody know that I am working on book number 2. So this was the Daily Dose of the Red Road, and I just have to say something, because it's tugging at my heart about competitiveness, and there is no competitiveness in the circle. There is only division if we allow that. That's what we've been taught. Especially in Indian country, our own people, causing divisiveness between one another. And I always tell my students, we have to look at it in the light of, the crabs in the bucket. If you never heard that story, there's a whole bunch of crabs on the bottom, and they're pulling at the crab that's trying to get out to keep them down. Well, let's change that narrative and start lifting that crab out, so that crab can lift us out and continue the healing together. And so, for me, for what I wrote, fear alone ensures that we remain ignorant. Seek the truth, for it shall set you free. And in the visual aid there is an inipi with the sacred fire there that we use. And that is where I go for my myself to get the knowledge and the wisdom that I seek from Creator. The whole ceremony in itself and what it represents as far as going into the womb of Mother Earth, those grandfathers that come in. But for fear alone for me keeps me ignorant. It keeps me, my vibrations low. It prevents me from learning. Of fear, the acronyms for that is false evidence appearing real. And that's putting that energy into what fear is, and that fear I'm afraid of, and not stepping. Had I stuck in that fear mindset, that fear-based system, I wouldn't have the Daily Dose today. And I'm grateful for my publicists and the supporters and all of this stuff to help me get me through my teachings, my elders, my sponsors, my mentors, my advisors, my ancient, my sacred people in my life, my grandmother, everyone who's just added to that. And so step out of your comfort zone. Ask questions. There's no wrong questions. I tell my students all the time, there's only those that we don't ask, which keep us ignorant. And it's important. So again, with the Daily Dose of the Red Road, it is a family of 3 books that I'll be writing on the Red Road family. My next one is going to be the Walking the Red Road, a spiritual journey. And if I may, I would just like to share a little bit of the introduction with you. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
This
So
is
here's
so
the
good. Yes.
So while the meditation of the Daily Dose is a few sentences, and there's a place for you to journal and reflect on what it is your thoughts are. I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel tomorrow to go through the days with you, to talk a little bit more about where my mind was when I was writing these, and how they could be applicable to your life, and how you choose to, whether you wake up in the morning and read it, whether you read it during the day, or how you have those gratitudes towards the end of the night. But The second book, Walking the Red Road, A Spiritual Journey, will have more context, more words in it to read. And I'm going to have a little bit of universal ceremony as to go and how you pray with the water, sit with the water, create your moon water and things like that. Just, with respect to what has been taught to me and about ceremony. But this is the path of the Red Road. It begins with a whisper from your ancestors calling home to yourself, calling your spirit back to begin your healing journey. The fire inside you, that little spark, grows brighter each time you choose love over fear. To walk the red road is to walk with purpose, with Creator above, Mother Earth below, and Spirit within. Every step is sacred, even the hard ones, even the ones that hurt. You walk in two worlds, but your heart stays rooted in the songs and stories of the old ones. The wind teaches, speak with intention, listen with humility, carry the stories forward. Tears are medicine, not weakness, but water for your soul, making room for light. Forgiveness grows along this road. Forgive others, yes, but also forgive you. Slow down. The elders whisper, there is medicine in every mile. Pray in the morning, give thanks at night, smudge your heart, clean your name. The drumbeat is your heartbeat. The songs of your people remind you, you are not alone. You are the dream of your ancestors, rising strong, walking soft, singing, healing into 7 generations. The Red Road does not promise ease, but it offers truth, ceremony, and community. And when you forget the way, sit by the fire, call Creator's name, and remember you are still walking the path on the daily Red Road.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank God, emotional.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. Anthony, what do you have, brother? What do you have? Awful quiet over there.
He just turned his camera
He
off.
ran.
He said, don't run.
He's like, I'm out. I'm out.
Wait a minute. I don't want to scare you
Don't call
off.
on Anthony no more. He'll abandon ship.
I went to go unmute myself and I disappeared. It's funny, as you were reading that, I was sending you a message that says you are always welcome here on your next visit, on your visits to Arizona, right? Because I've been to the Exodus celebrations like with the Yavapai Apache that came from San Marcos when they left there and they came back home. So I go every year to celebrate. I am not Apache. I've never known my people. I don't even know my language. The languages that I speak, I was told that are ancient, but I don't know what they are. So whatever the language that the heart speaks, it speaks to your heart. That's the place of listening. That is where heart has the word ear in it. Fear has the word ear in it. What do you want to listen to? That's what I'll ask you and the people out there. What will you and where will you and how will you listen to you? FEAR or HEART? Love wins every time. And the heart carries the 4 chambers, the 4 directions in it. So I always talk about that because that gets lost on us sometimes because we're so visual looking at the circle, but all we have to do is look within to find that place. Buffalo Calf Woman is in there. Great Spirit's in there. Great Mother is in there. I didn't know that, living as a brown guy in a white neighborhood. being force fed what I was being forced, and I don't have to eat junk anymore. I get to eat good food with good people, and thank you. Even those that I don't see that I know are aligned in the believing messages. There are good people out there that I don't know yet, but my heart knows. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for those beautiful words, brother. Thank you.
Cool. Right. Well, let us. Anything else?
Does anybody have any questions? We're taking questions. If you want to recommend an author that you want us to bring on and invite them. But any course open. Anybody in the Zoom that has any questions, raise your hand for anybody.
Don't be shy. I know names.
They're all crying too. Nobody's trying to say nothing. No.
My job is done. Healing, the healing is big area. Healing is happening. That's right.
They all
Good
ran
tears.
for the
Good.
tissues.
She said, good. Yes, we are. We are. She said in the chat. I just, I want to say thank you go ahead, Diane. I saw you unmuted, sweetheart.
I just wanted to thank you all for the invite. I've enjoyed this very much and hope to see you all again next Sunday.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank
Chimigwet.
you.
oh,
Mm,
Thank you for coming.
thank you.
Thank you. Yes. I'm just grateful to
Does
have
Jen?
this platform. Oh, go ahead, sister.
Jen?
I just want to say, Sister Sarina, the wonderful work that you do is absolutely beautiful. Everything that you have brought out is always so heartfelt, and so you have traveled so hard on your journey, and just knowing your story and knowing your walk and everything that you've gone through is such an achievement, and it is an inspiration for all out there. And so just knowing that you are such a beautiful woman, and the love that you give to everyone and the love that you show is so appreciated. And peace and love and heartfelt words, my dear
Thank
sister.
you. I love you too, Jen. I love you too. And I absolutely am so proud of her. She's one of my students in the class. And so I paid her to say that. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. She's absolutely amazing. I love
Well, everybody that's listening, just know if we don't acknowledge you right now, we do go back and read all of these, and we appreciate all of them.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
I don't see anything specific that anybody's asking. So if do y'all want to play your drums or Standing Bear? How do you want to
You're on
go
mute.
out?
You're on mute,
Oh.
brother.
Let's have Anthony. Let's have Anthony take us out with a good drum.
Let me go get it.
And so if I may, well, and thank you, Jen, for that beautiful message. So I just wanted to say, I paid her to do that. I'm just kidding. She's one of my students. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for the beautiful words. I just, if it's okay that I take the feather really quick, I want to just say and give a shout out to my other co-host here, Standing Bear, excellent, beautiful questions, and thank you for those. I really appreciate those questions, and you put me on the spot a few times, and I'm glad that we have this relationship that I hear you. Those questions that came before. And Shonda, thank you, sister, for the platform and for giving us the idea to do this. And Walking Crow, thank you for the Indigenous Writers Circle's name and for being a part of this beautiful road that we're embarking on. And I want to say that my other authors, Standing Bear just released 2 new books. And The Sound of Falling Feathers, and what's the other one? I'm sorry, Standing Bear Generation.
Rumor of Beauty, and New Beginnings.
Rumor of Beauties and New Beginnings. And then we have our brother Walking Crow, Anthony Rodriguez, who has Transformation. Can you tell us the name of your book, Anthony?
My book is Transformation of a Walking Crow, and it's literally how I transformed from all of that trauma, how those things became the stepping stones forward to healing of my soul and my body and my spirit, to help others to heal theirs.
Thank you, brother. And then we have Sister Shonda, our other co-host, who also has books. Can you tell us the titles of your books, sister?
I have one book that's called What About the Other 90%? So if a woman is on her back 10% of the time, what is a man bringing the other 90% of the time? And it's under Shanda R. Mitchell. But the one that I just released is a book for grieving children.
Thank you for that. Thank you to all the authors. You can find all of us on Amazon. And for those who are out of strike from Amazon, please reach out to the authors to figure out how you can purchase our books, you know, being mindful of our current administration. And while we were discussing right now, a bald eagle just flew across my window right here, right next to my window. So that is beautiful. Blessing. Yes, Kilamae. Yes, he's right there, just flying. He's right there.
Wow.
I just wanted to put that in there because I wanted to say thank you for Wayne being the host today, and for the questions, and for the audience that's watching. And we'll be here again next week on Sunday, live at 5, and then the Sunday after that, live at 5. And so, as you know, I'm very assertive, so I took my feather back, Wayne. But did you want to say anything?
It's okay. No, thank you. Thank you for taking your feather back.
Oh, all right. Well, we are going to close this circle in a good way if there's no other questions. And if you do have questions, reach out to us on our social media and let us know. You can always connect to, once I post this video, to our teaching circles and to YouTube. You can also go in there and leave questions, or find a way to contact us, or just you know, again, just come and visit us at our live at 5, and we can talk more then. I usually try to join 15 minutes before so we can prepare and get ready, and you're more than welcome to come if you have a question and you can't reach any of us during the week. So I'll pass it back over to you so we can pray out in a good way. When we open with prayer. When we close with prayer, closing the circle in a good way. Opila.
Let us,
So I'm gonna play
Anthony, why don't you take us out?
So I'm gonna take us out with a song called Iowana Wiana. And what it's saying is, I am with you in your heart. Iowana Wiana, hey, Iowana Wiana, hey, 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 hey. Iowana Wiana, hey, Iowana Wiana, hey, 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 hey. Iowana Wiana, hey, Iowana Wiana, hey, hey, hey.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Do we want to? I just want to say thank you again for those who are joining us in the Zoom room, and for those who are watching. We thank you. Keep coming back. Keep a post on our social medias and our pages. And once again, we wish you a good day in the good red road, and walk in a good way. Oh, Standing Bear, do you want to pray us out? Oh, some left, but okay.
Pray us out. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you, Anthony, for that beautiful song, brother.
Yeah. And okay, what's on of me? Key Megwitch. Creator, thank you. Thank you for this circle. Thank you for the good words. In many places right now, the sun is setting. Let us take these words and these prayers into our hearts. Let us take them into a beautiful space. Let us take them into our memories. Let us take them into every cell in our body. Let us take these to our dreams. Let us take these words to our imaginations. Let us sit with these words and see what these words and the ancestors in the next 7 generations has for us. For today has been a new beginning. We are different people now because of what we did here. So let us take these good words, these kind words, these gentle words, and let us take these to the next 7 generations. Oh, hi.
Oho, wapalataka chichie palamai. Otoyo washtema takuyapi, takuye oyachsing. Many blessings and all my relations. We'll see you next week, live at 5. Have a good day, everybody. Love you. Love you guys. Love you,
Love
Wayne.
you.
Love you, Anthony. Love you,
Love you.
Shonda. Love you guys.
Miigwech, love you. Peace.